After a long ride into Deadwood, I pulled up to this Airbnb and immediately started wondering where I was going to park. From the road, it didn't look too bad at first, but the closer I got, the more I realized this wasn't exactly motorcycle friendly. Loose gravel, steep grade, and a borrowed Indian motorcycle. I only had one shot to get this right. By morning, I wanted to take another look at it in the daylight. Pictures really don't do this justice. Every step just slides across the surface. This kind of gravel can get sketchy fast on the heavy touring motorcycle. And with all my gear on the bike, I knew I had to think this through carefully. Somehow, I managed to get it up there. I ended up using what looked like an old driveway entrance after a car moved out of the way. That little opening gave me just enough room to work with. But honestly, I wasn't worried about getting in anymore. I was worried about getting back out. The next morning, I decided to ride the motorcycle out of the gravel with a 3-point turn with no luggage, just so it could be a little lighter. And that really made a difference. Less weight meant a better chance of getting the bike turned around safely. It was already getting hot out. Thankfully, I'm finally getting the hang of tying down the saddleman bag pretty quick. Honestly, I just want to get moving and get some air. The Airbnb itself was actually really nice. So this was my room. The fridge. I just wish I had a desk so I could have worked. But this is a nice room. That's not the fault of this place that there's not a desk. Let's go. All right, this is a nice place to sleep for one night. I honestly don't know where I'm going. I'm definitely heading towards North Dakota. All right, a beautiful day for a motorcycle ride. The goal today is North Dakota, about 160 miles north of Deadwood. On the Indian, that's not a ride, that's just a warm-up. I did roll out a little later this morning, but some days the road just waits for you. Now, even though the Sturgis rally doesn't kick off for another 6 days, I've never actually set foot in Sturgis. That changes today. Sturgis without 500,000 bikes crawling through it, that actually sounds perfect for me. See the town for what it really is. One thing I decided before this trip, no hard schedule, no pre-booked rooms every night. I didn't want to manage a trip, I wanted to ride one. The Indian gets fed before I do. That's just the rule. Topped off and good to go. Didn't need much gas, but I don't leave town on half a tank.
Good.
What's that?
Looking bike.
Oh, it's not mine, but thanks.
No?
It's Indians.
Yeah?
They lent it to me. I'm riding all 48 states to raise money for combat veterans.
Oh yeah?
So they're paying for the service and the tires and everything.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah. It's the first. I have a Harley at home, and it's a big difference. Like, you get on it, it's super light.
What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like this, goes up and down.
Yes.
So when it's hot like this, you can lower it. If you're going slow, you get more air.
So you're hitting all 40 states. Say that again.
I'm hitting all 48 states.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And for a cause, or?
Yeah, so for combat veterans, we use 22 plus a day for suicide. Yeah, so
I love it.
I have a channel, Moto, and so I'm riding all 48 states. I started in Southern California and all the way north to Washington, and been heading. Yeah. I kind of ran into Sturgis. I was like, oh, this is Sturgis now, but I got miles to crush, so I can't hang out. I'm gonna go drive by and see what it looks like. I've never been there.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Very nice. You be safe out there.
All right, take care. cafe, gaming hall. Wonder if I should just check this place out. Get some breakfast. Just something light. Maybe a hamburger, double patty, extra cheese, fries with cheese on it, some ranch. Just kidding. I just need some eggs. I just need protein. This way I can just head out. Yesterday I only ate one meal, which was fine. I lived. That was cutting it close. Oh man, my hand gets so hot in these gloves. They stick to me. Like a place like this, I'm okay with leaving my bag out here. There's so many bikers. Everyone's watching their bikes, and there's a big window. Oh yeah, my phone. I've done that more than once. Forget it. It hides. You can't see it.
I've never been to Sturgis. I'm not gonna go to the main event. They don't start till Friday and Sunday. At least drive through and check it out. One day I'll go. I'd rather go with people I know so we can all hang out and have fun. This place is in Deadwood. It looks like they're attached to the Gold Country Inn, Cafe, and Gaming Hall. All right, let's go. We're just gonna drive through Sturgis. I have to say, their hash browns were delicious. Feels so nice right now, so nice and cool. There is something different about Deadwood. This town wasn't even supposed to exist. Back in the 1870s, people flooded these hills chasing gold. Even though the land legally belonged to the Lakota Sioux. Lakota, meaning friends or allies, is what the people call themselves. Or Sioux became the English term used for a broader nation. Gunfighters, gamblers, miners, even Wild Bill Hickok met his end here, holding what became known as the Dead Man's Hand, aces and eights. And now, after fires, violence, and chaos, Deadwood just kept rebuilding itself. Here we are at Sturgis. As we can see, vendors are setting up because the Sturgis rally does not officially start until this weekend. Unfortunately, I cannot hang out and wait for Sturgis as I have miles to crush. However, here is an Indian dealer, so let's walk around, look at all the Indian motorcycle candy, take a break, and then head to North Dakota right after. This Indian dealership here in Sturgis is getting ready for the rally. Maybe I should get an Indian hat. I can definitely tell they're expecting to sell a lot of motorcycles. Bikes everywhere, accessories, apparel, the whole place already feels like it's gearing up for something big. One day I'd like to really test ride the Challenger because I do love the way the front part of the fairing looks, plus more lighting where you can see better at night, but more importantly, can be seen during the day. But honestly, I've been really impressed with this Indian Chieftain Limited. The suspension feels great right out of the box, and even the monoshock handles really well, especially for a bigger guy like me. One thing I've noticed too is how the weight feels on these bikes. It's surprisingly easy to get off the kickstand. If I had to choose right now, I'd probably lean towards the Chieftain Limited because the dashboard feels easier to reach compared to the Challenger. But wow, they had a blacked out Chieftain inside the dealership that looked absolutely awesome. That looks nice. I even like this one. I don't know, this one just looks like an Indian color. I wonder if they'll let us sit on it. Actually, this is actually forward. I thought it was going to be further in than that.
Make a hard left turn on 11th Street, only about 300 feet to the right.
Oop, I think I went the wrong way. Let's see.
Turn left on Main Street.
Yep, I did. So I had to do it. I bought a t-shirt. It says Sturgis at the Indian dealer. And I usually get long sleeve, but because I'm wearing armor jacket, I just went ahead and got a short sleeve, and man, I can feel the air on my arms right now. It feels nice. That's a nice Indian dealer. I haven't seen a dedicated Indian dealer like that. That's the first one, at least where I live in California. They're all mixed Indians and other kind of bikes. I think this was a nice way to kind of check out Sturgis. Just drive by, no traffic. Makes it nice and easy. All right, brother, let's go.
Blacktop thunder under western skies, Sturgis fading in the morning light, engines roaring like a battle cry, 48 states and a reason why, for the brothers we lost, for the ones still fighting on. 48 for 22.
So I rode into this tiny town called Bison. I was really hoping to find some lodging for the night, but I stopped by the local gas station and the guys told me they think the only place to stay in town is completely closed down. Then they shared how tough it is to live in a small town of about 300 people. They said you can't do anything without the entire town finding out, and the news travels fast. They weren't upset, but just shared what small town life is like. Anyway, they recommended I push north to Hettinger, which is about a 40-minute ride just across the North Dakota border. So I'm hoping I find better luck finding a bed up there before it gets dark.
This is a small town. Nothing wrong with it. Just, I thought maybe it'd be a little bigger for a hotel.
Turn right on US 12. In about a quarter mile, your destination is right ahead.
I think it says no vacancy. No vacancy. Wow. Let's see if they have any room.
I tried finding an Airbnb in Hettinger, North Dakota, but with it being same-day booking, nothing was available. And as you can see, no vacancy. At this point, I honestly don't know where I'm going to stay for the night.